Hello and welcome back to Guild Wars 2. Today I want to talk to you about something that I'm really excited about, which is that during my trek through Living World Season 2, I picked up items that kind of stood out among everything else. They would give me a location I could go to on the map to be able to make them different, make them special. They couldn't be salvaged. They were unique items that seemed to be tied to what was going on, but weren't coming up in the story. And after I decided to mess around with that a little bit, I was rewarded with a backpack. And this backpack wasn't anything super crazy or super nuts. It was just a mysterious find. And I went through exploring more of that and working on more of that and found that I could upgrade it into a cultivated vine, which was really cool. And it took a lot of gold to be able to get everything taken care of, but I eventually was able to upgrade it into Mawdrey, which is my current backpack for my main character. I'm attached to it just as it's attached to me. And got my Mawdrey 2. And I had to do a lot of wiki diving for this to be able to get into all of it and figure out what was going on there. But I want to talk not just about that today, but also then I went and got Princess, because then I knew what a gobbler was. I want to talk about how cool it is that this was a side quest that never had a tracker on it. It never had a, hey, this is how you have to do this on it. It was always, hey, here's an option for you. You can do this if you want to, but you don't have to. I absolutely wanted to. I wanted to figure out the mystery. I looked up the process, but I didn't look up everything that was going to be going on there. I didn't look up all the different things that I would be able to do. But once I had the process down of collect these things, forge these things, bring them all together in the Mystic Forge, spend gold to make it go faster because I wanted it sooner, I wound up really, really happy with the process. And I just think it's really cool to have a side quest that's not story related really in any way, but still ties into everything, that rewarded me with something that I can use all the time with my extra bloodstone. And then, of course, with Princess, with my Dragonite ore, to get things that maybe aren't going to be super worth it in the long run, right? I don't know yet. But I just find it really cool that this game has these side quests that allow you to do that. And all of this started because of the Return to achievements that led to me wanting to get into all of that. And so I technically could track these, right? Return to Dry Top, Return to Silver Waste, all these things. But I just got an item that said, hey, go here if you want to make this item better. And finding cool little things in the world, finding jumping puzzles, finding bits and pieces of information here and putting it together, and then wiki diving, because I absolutely had to utilize the wiki. And I don't think that's really a negative. I'll get to that in a second. I absolutely utilized the wiki to be able to get it figured out. I had a ton of fun just working this out. And then I got my reward, which is a wonderful Ascended backpack that looks really cool and has a nice little vine there. And also got my Mawdrey 2. And I don't think there's anything wrong with traditional side quests, right? Of talk to this NPC, go out and do their thing for them, bring it back, complete the side quest. I think there's a lot of great side quests in video games. But when it comes to a game like Guild Wars, it is for sure the way that I want side quests to be done in an MMO. Just, hey, here's a thing. You can mess with it if you want to. You don't have to. It has content locked behind it that's pretty cool, but you don't have to if you don't want to. It's not going to be on your map bothering you. It's in your inventory. You can put it in a bank. You can destroy it if you don't want it, whatever. But here it is. You can interact with it on your time. You always have it. You can come back to it whenever you want, and you can keep working on it. And I did. I started on it right when I got the first piece, and I haven't finished it till just now, today, when I'm already a good little clip into Heart of Thorns. And then I went for Princess, and that's what the background footage for all this is going to be, is me, getting Princess. Princess was a lot more annoying in a lot of ways. Losing the rifle anytime you fell and died in areas where you were going to have to be doing jumps that maybe you wouldn't see the ground coming or water coming were kind of annoying. And having to find them all, the sound was really helpful, but I definitely think there could have been a little bit better way to do it. But again, it was never on the map. It was never, hey, go do this thing because it's here. Hey, go do this one thing because you have to. It's always, hey, find it or look it up. Those are your options. And I know a lot of people that would be really frustrated with that would go, hey, I hate that. I want it handed to me. I want to be able to know where it is and be able to get to it. And I do think it would have made it easier, right? But I'm one of those people that really enjoys figuring it out. And when I can't figure it out, I don't mind looking it up. And I know a lot of people will say, well, you shouldn't have to look anything up. But the game gives you the ability to pull the wiki up from inside the game just whenever you want, which I think is really great. And although, yeah, especially in the pirate cave, trying to carry that rifle through there was really annoying. I wasted a revive orb thinking that it would bring me back up and I would still have the rifle, and I did not, of course. But thankfully, you can still mount and teleport and have the rifle. But no, I think that these are the way I want MMOs to do side quests, and I think that for what it's worth, yes, finding all of those deals for Princess, those carcass, were really annoying time-wise, right? I would have loved if there was only 25 instead of 40 or 50, but at the same time, it was just really cool to be doing something in the world with no external justification for it other than just, hey, this guy asked you to do it, and he had no quest marker above his head. He didn't have anything special going on. He doesn't even have an icon or anything on the map. It's just, hey, this guy's standing here, and if you talk to him, he'll give you a rifle. And you can hunt down those things that I'd been seeing all over Lion's Arch all that time, and then you get a reward at the end of it. And it's all built into the world. It's all built into the lore of the world in a way that I think is really interesting. And sure, again, a side quest with a quest log is definitely going to be easier, but I'm the kind of person that I like the Souls approach. I like, it was going to get brought up at some point, how much I love Dark Souls. I like the narrative approach. There is no ludonarrative dissonance here. It is all built into the world in a way that I find really interesting. And I'm curious what your thoughts are on it in the comment section down below. Please let me know. But did you like or hate going for Mawdrey or Princess? And if there's more of these, I can't wait to find them. I really, really do love this style of side quest. And I think that tying that into stuff like the achievements, the return to achievements, tying it into stuff in the world that, yeah, you can get a list in the achievements, but you still have to go unlock that achievement first. I found an achievement for getting all of the different kinds of ale in Kryta. And I found that by talking to an NPC at the bottom of a cave who sold me the ability to start that achievement. I just find stuff like that really cool, and I think that other games that give you like a million icons on the map kind of lose out on that, right? And that's not to say that Guild Wars doesn't have a lot of icons on the map, because it does. But that's all tied to your map completion, and the really interesting stuff has nothing to do with map completion. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and until next time, I've been Trey, this has been The Full Spectrum. Please don't ask me how much gold I spent trying to get my Mawdrey, and remember to always enjoy the full spectrum that Guild Wars 2 has to offer. Editing Trey here. Diegetic. That's what I was trying to get across earlier. It's diegetic. Everything is built into the world. Everything is built into the game itself. Even the wiki. So in that way, you don't have to go outside of it to try and figure out what's going on. I don't have to pull up Reddit. I can just use the resources the game already gives me to be able to explore these side quests, be able to learn more about the game and the lore of the world itself. And that diegetic nature ties me to it even more. I didn't just get a gobbler that lets me eat bloodstone dust. I got a backpack that grew with me that I got to slowly scale up over the course of my journeys until it was fully with me and giving me pretty good buffs. And I got that because I put the time in to be able to succeed. I got that because I spent the time in the game, not just pulling up a list and following it, not just watching guides on YouTube. Even though I absolutely did pull up a guide at one point for the stuff with Princess, for the most part, it was all diegetic in a way that I think more games could benefit from. You have too many games today that try to rely on, hey, here's tribal knowledge or word of mouth and it'll get through, and people can look up tips on YouTube and things like that. Whereas I can just look the stuff up in the game. I can find every resource I need for the most part in the game in a way that I think is really cool. And that's all I wanted to add, that I'd remembered the word diegetic, and, yeah, the Wars 2's great.